as I had earlier posted, after my time in the Nigerian Foreign Service, my intention was to go to school in the United States of America and afterwards maybe come back to Nigeria for a legal career. So as it happened, I was living with my family in St. Anthony Avenue in St. Paul, Minnesota. I had sat for my LSAT. I did fairly well in it, and the University of Nebraska in Lincoln had offered me admission to come and study law. So I was getting set to go to Lincoln when I had a dream one night where what I now believe is an angelic being came to me and told me that I needed to go back to Nigeria. As they say, if you are not in your location, you can't get your allocation. This angelic visitor spoke to me at length about God's plan and purpose for my life, which he told me could best be fulfilled if I went back to Nigeria. Honestly, I thought I was done with Nigeria and what I considered the chaotic social, cultural, and political system. As we all know, in spite of all pretensions, Nigeria is a developing country, and like most developing nations, there are a lot of challenges because of tribal cleavages, because of tensions, religious tensions, the fanaticism, and many other things. So I felt I could stay in the United States of America in a more orderly system and live my life out. Well, that was not to be because this angelic visitor told me that if I stayed in the United States, yes, some of the creature comforts will be available to me, but I would be like a fish out of water because that is not where God sent me to be. So when I woke up the next morning, this dream was so lucid that I was convinced beyond any reasonable doubt that it was a message from the throne of grace on the Lord Almighty. being a man who is action oriented, I didn't waste time. I packed my bags and returned to Nigeria to meet a maelstrom of challenges from different quarters. And I started tackling these things head on in an attempt to settle down and see how best I could make the best of the situation I found myself in. And so it was, I continued, and I was able to somehow battle the situation, and I found myself now in Abuja, living with my family in what I would consider an interesting time, and trying as much as possible to leave a legacy for the coming generations, teaching them, mentoring them on some of the things I have learned traveling and living in many parts of the world, and especially my own big part in the formation of the economic community of West African states, which at that time was the brainchild of then head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, and the Togolese President, General Eyadema, who claimed to trace his ancestry to Benin City. So today, I'm trying to attract 1 million subscribers to my YouTube channel and share the little I know about spiritual intelligence capacity building, drawing from our own personal experiences during my travels around the world and visiting some of the centers of esoteric knowledge in Chicago, in London, in Calcutta, and the outbacks of Australia. So today Nigeria is facing some challenges because of the clash of the rampaging people from the Sahel who are hell-bent on eliminating the indigenous peoples of Nigeria. I personally am not worried about that because I believe in angelic intervention. As anyone who knows the Bible even a little bit would understand, it took only one angel to kill 185,000 Syrian soldiers. So just a little squad of angels can hold these people back into the desert if we deploy them properly. So God's will must be done in Nigeria and in our individual lives. Man proposes, but God disposes.